Today I'm going to show you how to make this gorgeous and sleek watercolor marble tumbler. This is a super fun design, and if you've followed me for a while, I am an alcohol ink lover, so I hope you enjoy this tutorial as well. Make sure you remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and also check out my free Diamonds and Dust Facebook group. Today we are going to be using a True 24 from the Tipsy Magnolia. Make sure you check the description down below for a discount code. I recorded, or thought I recorded, this entire top section and realized that I didn't push record. This bottom section will be covered, but I'm going to show you how I laid down the inks on this bottom section, so I didn't have to make an entire new tumbler, but I just have some alcohol inks in some medicine cups, and I am just taking a brush and I am just kind of laying them down in kind of a diagonal pattern. I always tend to kind of go that way. I feel like it's really appealing to the eye. And I am just in between each color, dabbing it in some 91% alcohol to clean my brush off. And I just did that in a sporadic diagonal pattern around the tumbler until each section was covered. I forgot to mention I did prep and sand and paint my tumbler with a satin white and let that dry completely before I added the alcohol inks. You are just going to continue layering your inks until you get more of kind of a watercolor marble effect like this. If you would like to learn my tips and tricks on how to get more of that vein looking pattern, then make sure you join my mentorship group. There is a link for you down in the description. I will have a more in detail tutorial over there. You're going to let those inks dry completely, and then I am just going to take some black chalk paint and just paint from the bottom of the curve of the tumbler down to the base and the bottom. I am not going to tape this off. We are going to cover it in the seam. We're going to cover where the paint and the alcohol inks meet, so I'm not too worried about a straight line. We're going to do that in a future step, so I am just making sure that it is base painted from the curve down. Once your paint is completely dry, you're going to take your cup over to your turner and add a layer of epoxy. Now that your epoxy has cured, I'm going to be using my Cami Page Boutique Ultimate Tumbler Tool. There will be a link for you down in the description with a discount code. I am just putting a dry erase marker in this little pen holder thing, and I am going to place it where I want to tape off on the bottom below the curve, and then I'm going to tape above, or make a line above the curve so I can tape that off. And to make the line, you just hold your tumbler really taut against that marker and give it a spin, and then it makes a straight line for you to follow with your tape. Now I'm going to take some electrical tape. You can use any tape you would like, but I like electrical tape over a curve or by a curve because it has a little bit of stretch and it's just easier. I'm going to tape right below the marker line on the bottom, and then I'm going to tape right above the marker line on the top. Now we are going to grab our Aleene's, tack it over an over glue, and we are just going to take some on a paintbrush and paint in between those two taped off sections. You are going to let this glue dry. You will know it is dry when it is clear and just sticky. If there is any white still on the tumbler, then it is not quite dry enough and you need to wait a little bit longer. Now you are going to take some of these vinyl, sorry. They are like gold leaf chunks. I really like these. A lot of times I prefer these over foil because they do give it a little bit of a textured look when they overlap each other. And we are just going to carefully take those and place that on the tack it section. And I am being super careful because these gold leaves will stick to just about anything that is sticky. So I have left the tape on and I am just carefully placing them in that section, and then I'm going to rub them flat. Then I am going to take a brush and just dry brush and just brush off the excess around as carefully as I can. And then I will go ahead and remove the tape. I'm going to put a little bit of polyurethane or quick coat on my finger and carefully seal down that section, just so when you go to epoxy, if there is any loose gold leaf, it won't float around. I have cut out 2 thin pieces of black vinyl. I am just going to make sure that gold leaf looks nice and crisp, and I am just going to place one right below the gold leaf and then right on top. I also like how the black line just added a little bit of elegance. Now you're going to take your tumbler back over to the turner and add your final layers of epoxy. If you would like to add a decal, you can. Just when I do this style, I feel like the design speaks for itself and I usually opt out of a decal. And here is our gorgeous tumbler all finished. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Thanks so much for watching.